not, but we should be.
Here. Nebraska, 1957. You're welcome. Charles Starkweather and Carolyn Fugate, they killed 11 in all.
Including parents and 2-year-old sister.
Yes, she was 14 at the time. She said that she was held hostage by Starkweather. He said she was a willing participant. And to this day, she's never spoken of the murder, so nobody knows how involved she actually was. Right. By all means, go out on a limb, but it is a lonely place.
Know what I'm doing?
Do we know who he is?
Ronald Clements Solvay.
He was in Daisy Mantis's class. I tried calling him.
I know. You're on the voicemail. So, we have an incised wound extending around the neck, on the lower left side of the jaw, extending around the front of the neck and terminating below the lower right side of the jaw.
He was bled dry like an animal.
In essence, yeah.
And his blood was painted on the wall.
All 8 pints.
Socks, underwear, and t-shirts are the most requested items in homeless shelters. Bombas was founded to help, so for everyone you buy, we donate one. One purchased, one donated. It's a tangible act of kindness for those who need it most. Distributed by 3,500 giving partners across all 50 states. And with 100 million donations and counting, the impact is real. Visit bombas.com and get 20% off your first order.
It was the one restaurant that we could afford on like our $3 per diem. Like you were living when you went to Taco Bell.
There's been another murder.
Ronald Clements Solvay.
I don't know him.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I recognize this tag. Is it his?
Yes, he was a prolific street artist.
What happened to him?
He was exsanguinated. Mantis used his blood to paint over his graffiti.
Covering his art with his own blood is a way of destroying who he is.
Yes, silencing the artist. Mantis tried to silence you with red legal tape. You involved in any legal disputes?
No.
No protests, causes?
No, nothing like that.
Maybe because it's not Mantis.
Wow, that's quite an atmosphere between you two.
Don't worry about it. It's the way we work.
Oh. Do you like working like this?
Love it.
And are you happy with the situation?
No, I'm not.
Would you want to talk about it?
It's very kind of you to offer, but I don't expect you to fix
I'll talk. No problem. As soon as he apologises,
Why should I apologise for trying to save a man's life?
You didn't listen. You went off half-cocked, you put yourself and others at risk, and you could have got yourself killed.
Why do you have to worry about me so much? I mean, you're not my mother. You're always telling me what to do, always sticking your oar
You know
in.
your problem? You got no wife and kids, so you think it doesn't matter what happens to you. You don't care.
What you do?
You do realise, don't you? If you'd have got shot, the only person crying at your funeral is me.
I'm sorry you had to hear that.
It's natural when we feel threatened to want to assert our authority, impose rules.
Can't help himself. He doesn't even try.
I was talking about you. How many times have you changed your shirt today?
3 times. It would have been more, but I've run out.
Give me your hand. Trust me. It's a thought stopper. When you feel the need to control things, you snap it hard. And you won't need to change your shirt or lay down the rules or whatever it is you do at the moment.
No one's ever...
Turn the music down. I can't think.
You know me? Huh? Yeah, I'm Calvin Mantis.
Yeah, of course, I remember you, Calvin. You used to come in here all the time.
Your duct tape isn't strong enough.
Sorry about that.
Make do, man. I haven't got any money.
It's okay. Not a problem. You're an old customer. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Always very nice to me.
I think the history behind Riley's bogeyman might allay your fears about the Mantis house. Her villain's name is Bloody Bones, and he lived in 50 Berkeley Square. In 1840, Sir Robert Warboys heard the tale of a parlour-maid who'd seen the spectral presence and had been driven insane. He wanted to dispose of it, so armed with a shotgun, went and spent the night in the attic.
Did he see anything?
The house was woken at midnight when a shot rang out. They found Warboys dead from fright.
You don't believe it, but it still killed him.
Finally, in 1887, 2 sailors named Edward Blunden and Robert Martin sought shelter for the night by breaking into the now abandoned house.
What do they see?
A little girl in a kilt, a formless black mass, an evil presence that generates electric shocks. Depends on who you ask.
You'd expect everybody to see the same thing.
If it were real, then yes, but it's not. So you get lots of different stories.
Thanks. Then why have the stories in the first place?
Why that house?
What a very good question.
If it's gorgeous you want, stunning, beautiful, look for the grit. Because it's the pros who are out there, pulling together dozens of projects a year, thousands in a lifetime. They're not cookie cutter and never the same. Pros know what looks amazing, and they know where remarkable is always in stock. At Floor & Decor.
Wish you could show your kids the world? On a Disney Cruise Line vacation to Alaska, Europe, or the Caribbean this summer, you can. Let us help grant your summer vacation wishes today, because the time to show your kids the world is now.
Sorry I stormed out like that.
Well, I hope I didn't make things worse.
No, I feel much better. Maybe I should shout at him more often.
You know, there's a loyalty between you that most couples would love to have. But the fact is you're not married. And D.I. Chandler is free to make his own choices.
What are you saying? I shouldn't care what happens to him?
I think you should care less.
I will kill you!
Hope you're not charging me for this.
No, it's friendly advice.
Leave a trail of breadcrumbs for me next time, will you?
I know you thought I was wrong to try and save Blythe. And you're right. Walking out in front of a gunman doesn't bother me. It doesn't frighten me the way it should.
I was a bit harsh. Riley would cry at your funeral, and Kent, actually. Kent more than anyone.
It is possible that there's a person in this world that's right for me. But the thought of asking her to go on a, it terrifies me.
I know it seems that girls can do more damage than bullets, but it's not true.
Yeah, but it's the way I am. It's the way I've always been. But it's not the way I want to be.
Well, whatever happens, you know I'll stand by you.
I appreciate that. Thanks.
Well, enough of this girl talk. We got work to do.
Berkeley Square.
Oh, come in, sit down.
What's Berkeley Square got to do with us?
Who would dare to spend the night in 50 Berkeley Square when it was guaranteed to send you to your death or insane?
Ed, you have to get to the point.
Harry Price was Britain's foremost ghost hunter. He discovered that the house was originally used by counterfeiters. The story of Bloody Bones was used to explain away the noise of the printing press.
Well, that's all great, but what's it got to do with us?
The bogeyman is always used to make people behave. If you can't get someone to do as they're told, all you have to do is invoke the name of Bloody Bones. Fear always works.
If you won't go to sleep, he'll pluck out your eyes. If you won't eat your dinner, he'll take you away and devour you. And if you trespass, he scares the life out of you.
They're being punished. All the victims did something wrong and they're being punished.
Sasha made crank calls and her phone was jammed into her throat.
Blythe scared people with a gun, so he was forced into a gunfight. Ronald graffitied walls, so he was bled for paint.
It all fits.
Spree killers typically have histories of lodging formal complaints. Their frustration grows if they feel they're not being taken seriously. This is the source of their alienation.
So he was complaining about these things.
That is bothering my
nuisance calls. Complaint made by Dave Watney, caretaker at Carpenter Estate.
Blythe, hold on.
Nothing.
Check the Housing Association.
Anonymous complaint that Blythe is carrying a weapon, contravening his family's tenancy agreement.
Look up Ronald.
There's the Housing Association again. Complaints from Dave Watney about having to clean off graffiti. He also spoke to the local PCSO.
So Mantis isn't your man, it's this Dave Watney.
Damn it, I know that name.
Doesn't matter. Dave Watney's dead. Dave Watney was carrying an elderly resident shopping up the stairs to the top floor because the lifts had been vandalised again. He died on the 4th floor from a massive heart attack. His family blamed the Housing Association for not taking a firmer stance with troublesome residents, and the inquest was held yesterday.
Inquest? Morgan was at Dave Watney's inquest. I want to talk to Morgan again.
I know you've been trying to call in. Yeah, I'm at the police station. Well, they know of 3 so far. They seem to think so. Sorry, do you want something?
Who are you talking to?
It's a personal call.
Put the phone down. Boss wants to speak to you. Now.
Sorry, I've got to go. Dave Watney was an alcoholic. He fought for years against the disease, but it kept dragging him and his loved ones down.
Did you agree with the family that the teenagers on the estate were out of control and caused the stress that led to his heart attack?
No. He loved his job, and he never mentioned the kids on the estate to me. I think the family were looking for a reason, someone to blame. But Dave had heart disease, and that's what killed him.
Who else was at the inquest?
His wife, Cindy, and his son, Luke.
How old is Luke Watney?
17?
What's he like?
Luke had a difficult upbringing, but he's never let it hold him back. He's a tough kid with a good heart. I hope you find it.
We won't, don't worry. It'll be over soon.
Thank you.
Can I talk to you, sir?
If you're quick.
I'm concerned about Morgan Lamb.
I know you are, but not dying isn't exactly proof of complicity.
It seems to me that if I were a spree killer on a rampage, I'd need to stay one step ahead of the police at all times, and the best way to do that would be to have someone on the inside. So Morgan gets attacked, but then you take her home. Only that's no good to her, so she gets attacked again, and this time she stays here. She's safe here, so no one watches her. She's free to move around, listen to what's going on, and report back.
Report to whom?
Look, we've just accepted her version of events. But what if she's involved with Luke Watney? What if she agreed with him that the kids on that estate tortured his father to death? She might have been on his side all along.
You think Morgan is helping Luke Watney to exact revenge?
I do. I have a precedent. After Starkweather killed her parents and sister, Karen Ann Fugate repeatedly lied to neighbours and police to cover up all the murders. She would do anything for him.
I think you're wrong.
You're making a mistake.
Oh.
You can't see it because you don't want to. Because you're clearly attracted to her.
What did you say? What have you got against Morgan? You've obviously got a problem with her. What is it?
Just a feeling.
I'm going to assume that your feelings are down to the fact that you've been on duty for over 36 hours. Fatigue is clouding your judgment.
Yes, sir.
Wow. It's surprising that you made it here.
You can be confident in a Camry.
Now, it's time
The
for you
2024
to
Toyota
die.
Camry. Right now, lease a new 2024 Toyota Camry LE for $309 a month for 39 months. Toyota, let's go places.
Stitch Fix.
My stylist totally gets me. Anyone can have a stylist with Stitch Fix. It's so easy. I just share my size, my style, my budget. They send you 5 pieces, tell you how to wear them. They always send me things that I would have never picked out for myself. Look at that. Try them on in the comfort of your home. Keep what you love, send back the rest. Shipping and returns are free. No subscription, no commitment, just my style. We love that. My stylist totally gets me. They get me. My stylist just gets me, and they're gonna get you too.
Elsa, my armed ride is here. Do you want to lift home?
This is legal ribbon, used by lawyers, otherwise known as red tape. This is a connection between Morgan and the other deaths. Because whatever she says about him being a lovely boy, I think Luke Watney tried to strangle her because she wouldn't speak out about his father's death. The spree started on the day of the inquest. That was the trigger, the sense of injustice.
But Mantis had his first spree 10 years ago. We've just had an intermission.
If it was Mantis, then the next victim will be somebody in Miss Thompson's class. Someone like Chantal Essien.
She's taken care of.
Good. And if it's Luke Watney, then the next victim will be someone that Dave Watney complained about, Riley?
Well, there's one left, the lift vandal who left Watney to climb the stairs to his death. He complained about her on 5 separate occasions. Her name is Elsa Durham.
Be safe here, Chantal.
You too, Elsa.
We'll be fine.
We've had a positive sighting of Calvin Mantis returning to his house. He will remain under surveillance until it's safe to detain him. Contact Dr. Mortlake now.
Do we have to go back to the house?
Is there a problem?
No. No problem.
Come on, Miles, let's pay Luke Watney a visit.
That's my work.
Yeah, you did good, Ed.
I did, didn't I? I made a difference.
Yeah, all because of a ghost story.
We all have to live with ghosts. We have to make room for them.
Calvin, you have to come with us.
After the movie.
What's he watching? London After Midnight.
If he watches this, won't that set him off?
Shh.
So this is where Luke Watney had his difficult upbringing.
And his father died climbing the stairs because Elsa Durham vandalized the lifts.
What floor do the Watneys live on?
The ground floor.
Good thing. What's that noise? Jeez. Right, I've got it. You go, go! Ambulance, quick!
There's nowhere to go, Luke. I just want to talk. Can we talk? We know about your father. He was a good man. And I know you're not a monster, Luke. You're just someone who's been through hell. You'll never make it. It's too far. I can help. Wait, don't! Where the hell is he?
You sure this is where he fell?
Well, he's fallen 4 stories. It's not possible.
Anything's possible if you're a bogeyman.
Bogeymen don't bleed, do they?
I liked it.
Really?
Yeah. It's a classic.
I want you to be his guardian. Yeah. This is the last copy of London After Midnight. Take care of it.
I will. I promise.
All right, Doc. Let's go home.
Oh, please help me! Help my son! Luke's hurt!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't kill Morgan.
What's up at DQ? That guy's going fry first on a $7 meal deal. Ooh, or is it dessert first? These two are debating which $7 meal deal, with fries, drink, and a sundae, is the best full-size meal deal of all.
Cheeseburger. Chicken strips.
And he can't believe he got a full-size meal for just $7.
Can't believe I got a full-size meal for just $7.
That's a $7 meal deal, and that's what's up at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Oh, Morgan? I've arranged a car to take you home.
Can't you take me?
I'm afraid not. I've still got a lot to do here.
No, of course I understand. Thank you.
But, when this is all over, I'd like to see you again.
You don't ask many people out, do you?
You can see why.
happened to you?
Nothing.
Well, whatever it is, you look much happier.
I am.
It's going to take some getting used to.
Well, Mantis is on his way back to Bedlam, and I'm on my way to my divorce party. Who's going to join me?
You go ahead. We've still got to talk to Cindy Watney.
Are we going to arrest her?
It's just an informal chat for now. There's no evidence to suggest she was involved.
Well, by my watch, this shift ended 40 hours ago, so you can all have a drink.
Oh, I'm going to go home soon to see the kids. After 40 hours, I'll have my own crime scene to deal with.
Not until you've spoken to Morgan. I think she deserves an apology.
Sir. Morgan.
I have to go. You know, I'll give you a ring later, Mum. I'll stop worrying. Bye.
I wanted to apologise to you.
Why?
I shouldn't have been so harsh on you in your interview. Shouldn't have spied on you. Guess being the bad cop isn't really me.
Perhaps it's more you than you think.
Could I get a cup of tea, please?
Yeah, okay. Cool, right.
Cindy.
Morgan.
I'm so sorry about Luke.
Me too. So I'm glad I found you.
Hey, here you go.
No, thank you. Not before
All right,
breakfast.
more for me then.
You got 2, 3, 6.
Sorry, I've had a thought about the archive. I think perhaps the time has come to engage the services of an assistant to share the weight. My very own sergeant, a Miles of the archive.
I'm one of a kind, thank you very much.
Something's wrong.
So, what do you need to do? What's going on? Excuse me, I've got to get... Let me get through! Let me get through!
Enjoy extraordinary sights and impeccable service on board Rocky Mountaineer. Journey by rail through the Canadian Rockies or the American Southwest. Rocky Mountaineer.
Ladies and gentlemen, our author will give a short introductory speech in 10 minutes. Thank you. Sorry.
Wait. I'll have a white wine, please, waiter.
I thought it was black tie.
Don't worry, you look great. All the ladies have noticed. You might try your luck over there.
What? No? Why? What? What have you heard?
She's an artist, very funny, smart.
Who is she?
Erica, Kent's sister, twin.
I'm not interested in anyone.
Excuse me.
She's had 2 white wines, a red wine and a glass of champagne, and now she wants a refill. She'll probably fall asleep on the bus home and get her bag snatched.
Mum says you're always working, that you can't turn it off.
Can't help it, there's so much to notice.
You need to relax, get lines, and a touch of grey too.
Get off.
Gatecrasher?
No, that's Mansell, my partner.
He looks like he's here to party. Introduce me.
No, don't even think about it, don't look at him.
This is a safe house.
So why Whitechapel? Why was this the birthplace of the serial killer? Why the bloody history of murders and unnatural deaths? How can so much horror be visited on such a small area?
Hello? Are you here?
Some who believe that the gates to hell can be found in the shadow of Christchurch. That this is the reason why Whitechapel is plagued with terrors.
I came alone. Thank you, House. What? I can't hear you.
So beware, for when the gates open, who knows what will crawl out, and who will become the next chapter in my history of murder in Whitechapel.
Give me a hot pink cosmopolitan and some drama.
Give me a kettle one soda. With a twist.
Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you, not one based on whatever this person is doing. Get a rate based on you with DriveWise and the Allstate app.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
To my friend Diggory. How kind. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Gates of Hell, really?
I don't believe a word of that, Guff, and it's not what my book is about. She made me do it.
Who did?
She did, from the marketing department. If there is a devil, she wears high heels and is called a Daisy.
It's your night. Try and enjoy it. Oh, sorry.
Are you in the book?
No, I'm not.
Oh, I understand. Did he leave you out to spare your feelings?
I beg your pardon?
Never bringing in a killer alive is a terrible legacy.
I'm not in the book because I'm a serving police officer.
Oh, well, your memoirs will be a depressing read, won't they? Ah, allow me.
Good evening. Who's it to?
Louise. Ifa.
Why don't you give me a name?
Oi! Back off, Constable.
We're not on duty now.
We all lose our bite as we get older.
I haven't.
There's no shame in it. It happens. Doesn't matter who you are, what you've done. Once you're old, they don't respect you anymore.
Are you ready to talk now?
Dorothy. Kate. Her name. Dorothy Kate.
You okay?
God, your mum's something else.
Oh, that's not my mother.
Who is she then?
I've no idea.
What do we got?
Dead male. IC1. No ID. Found by a couple of junkies.
Anything else?
It's a DOS house, local toilet. Smells like London Zoo, I'm afraid.
It's all right.
Take a deep breath and then hold it.
You seen these?
What do you think they are?
Symbols, glyphs, a code of some sort? I don't know. Make sure we get a clear picture of them.
Lads, get these symbols for us, will you? And look out for any others.
So, the victim fell through the ceiling and broke his ankles. His bones were smashed, so he couldn't escape.
It was a trap.
Yeah. The killer then went on to inflict as much suffering and pain as possible.
How long would it have taken him to die?
As long as the killer wanted it to.
Dead rat.
Well, it's part of the decor.
He was surrounded by rats all the time, but you never see any dead ones, do you? Because they hide away to die. What's this one doing here?
That's not a sewer rat, that's a Dumbo rat. You can tell by the ears. Liam has one. They make great pets, very clever.
Maybe it was the victim's pet.
The neck's been broken. This rat was killed deliberately. And there's something inside here.
Right. The victim has been positively identified by his fingerprints as Alexander Zukhanov. He's age 62, Bulgarian national of no fixed abode. Was arrested under the Vagrancy Act and cautioned in 2009. He had a pet rat, also found dead at the scene.
DC Mansell. Hello, Mansell. Hello, incident room.
This murder was very personal. Someone with a grudge, a score to settle. The answer lies in Alex's past. I want a complete history, his whole life, everything about him and all his friends. Fill the boards.
He died from crush asphyxia. The weight of the bricks compressed his chest walls till he couldn't breathe.
Or maybe if those junkies had found him sooner.
Wouldn't have made any difference. When you have severe crush injuries, toxic inflammatory substances are released into the tissues. So even if you found him alive, the act of removing the weight, of trying to save him, would have released those toxins into the bloodstream.
What can you tell us about all the scars?
He has extensive keloid and hypertrophic scarring. He has knife wounds here, here, and here. bullet wounds. Here and here.
How many times has this man died?
Good question. He probably would have departed this earth some years ago, but he had access to excellent medical care.
Doesn't look like he could have afforded private.
Look at his hands. He has calcification of the knuckles. That could be caused by punching sand.
Martial arts, bullet wounds, first-class medical care.
Gangster? Enforcer?
So was he living rough or was he on the run?
Your victim may have been a man of violence, but he had another side. He had a pocket in his coat where this poor little fella lived.
I don't know. There's dead bodies coming in and out all day, and a rat chokes her up.
That's my bloody hormones. I get weepy and sentimental over the strangest things. The rat was tortured, just like Alex Zukhanov. The killer force-fed it,
Stones.
pushed down its throat, so it too was in agony.
I knew that I wanted to get help immediately. I was going to be able to see a therapist within that same week.
I am just so much more like in tune with myself after just being able to talk to my therapist. She's dope.
There's so much ease with using BetterHelp. Now I feel so much more confident in expressing myself, and that's been a great gift for me.
Do you know that woman?
I do.
When was the last time you saw her?
She was walking away with my baby.
I'm just trying to find my child!
So tell me, what happened in there?
I can't tell what's real anymore.